A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere. Friends all, I'd like you to subscribe to the channel. Press the bell so you will get the next updated video. Now let me make this clear. When I check to see how many people are viewing my video, sometimes I ask myself that Guyana don't have a population. I mean, something wrong. In the Indian race alone is 200-something thousand. If I speak good about y'all, dance and twist up my hand like snake, maybe I'll get 200 or something thousand subscribers. And for the blacks, if I talk your language of racism and corruption, maybe I'll get all of you on my side too, but when I stand up to speak out against both of you. Because the Indian is bent for PPP, but they are not racial, they are very corrupt. If they cannot benefit from what they are doing, let us walk away. While you, the blacks, 200-something thousand, I always say 70 to 80,000 genuine human beings. God could take you all into heaven. No objection. But you all are the racists. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Let me tell you why you're the racist. Since I was growing up in Guyana, I heard from most black people the white man slave we. The white man exploit we. Friends, every nation on this face of this earth was a slave sometime or the other, and even on to now. But I am mad with the European as the white man. But then again, in one way, I wouldn't have been here because I got your blood in me as much as the Indian blood. Civilization had a part to play. Exploitation begins from the beginning of time. When you're going to tell me that Abraham, wife Sarah told him go to bed with his slave, she says. But yet you black people say you were black. Sarah was black. And his slave was an Indian named Hagar. Think of it. Because in them days, people walk through all them places and nobody understand what's going on. And for the Arab, it's Indian black mixed with Mongolian, Chinese blood, all of them mixed up. So this wall had to be. Why you and I have to discuss something 1,000 years ago, 2 million years ago? Why? We must learn from the past and don't make it happen to the future. But what is slavery in the time? Imagine Abraham, your black great-grandfather like ours, same thing, said his wife Sarah told him, "Every since I can't get a child for you, go to bed with the slave." Imagine. I would have liked to have a stupid wife like that. And I would have get so many beautiful young women as slave just so she can go to bed with them. Because when she allow another woman to go to bed with her man, if that is true, then she already walking through the door. Because that's her replacement. That is what brings me to understand why this have to be. Make one, today you have the word shalom and salam, and the whole world is paying for it in an alarm because of salam and shalom. Why? Look Israel today. Look Israel. Look what is happening. When in the World War II, with what happened with the genocide and other things, they were not the only ones suffer. Over 200 million people, according to the history, suffer. And ladies and gentlemen, we must understand all these corrupt things that happened in the past and do not make it happen in the future. But it seems like the more we get down into this future, we are ending up with a blackage or a red light, or we never right. Why modern generation have to be suffering for the past? Why? In the name of God, I ask you, answer me. Tell me, why we have to go back into that? We're going back 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years, couple hundred years, but we own mother and father right to be those step we beating and putting them in the nursing home or putting them on the street. Come on. And if you have an Indian wife, depends upon her mentality, go tell you must go and screw your mother. Because my sister-in-law, Indra Sigobin, from Mahika Street here next to the police station in the cross street. Here, Sigobin daughter, that piece of tramp, that married my half brother, Royston Chow. Okay? The first president of Guyana, cousin. My friends, I want to make this clear to y'all. We don't have a right about what happened 100 years ago. What happened in the slave trade and all of that caused all of you to be in the West Indies, Brazil, Fiji Island, and America. If it was not for that slave trade, where were you black people being in America kicking a soccer ball, making billions? Jumping a ring, hitting down people as a boxer, making millions? In getting endorsement who sell boots and cars and clothes? Why? Tell me in the name of God. But we do not pay attention to these things. Huh? I ask many questions, and sometimes I want to know where's the answer. We talk so many things and we condemn the European. Oh, the white man this, the white man that. Are we not speaking his language? He changed your language. He changed your culture. Are we not living into it? Tell me, is which black people out of Africa for hundreds of years living today in America, Canada, England, wherever, in the Caribbean, Brazil, would you like to go back into tribalism? Where there were no boots on your foot, no three-piece suit, no tie, no guitar in your hand, no drum set, no saxophone? Friends, civilization had a part to play. Now today we speak French, German, Italian, you name it. We speak all language because of the colonial master. I have seen a very distinguished man on the Facebook was addressing the black population some part of Africa, and he says the colonial master changed the scope of Africa and give it name, boundary. And he's right. But yet for all, he forget the clothes he had. I was a three-piece suit, collar and tie, and he speak in English language was not his language, but he accepted. Once you accept something, you should not condemn it because you're part of it. And don't tell me that you grew up in it. Since you know so much, you should go back and start to learn your language in the past. Because people like that create a bigger division in the world and cause more harm than good. Like the organization in America, Black Lives Matters, now all over the world is Black Lives Matters. What happened to the Chinese, the Indian, the European, the Native Indians? But we don't hear about those things. Now if you're a white police and they call you for a crime in America, you're going to ask all the questions because they always ask, what is the crime? Well, a man having a fight, does he have a weapon in his hand, a gun? What size is he? How tall is he? What clothes he got on? The policeman just don't walk up and grab an innocent man. Since this Black Lives Matters, I'm looking at a lot of Facebook things. Today, policemen, if they are white, they can't talk to black people. As soon as stop them, because I'm black, you stop me. Because this, because that. Friends, that's a bad attitude. Whether you're black or white, you don't have to be black for police to stop you. He didn't just stop you. I agree, you got corrupt people in all race. You got racists in every nationality. But the worst people you have to worry about is a corrupt man, a corrupt person. One who will deny you justice, take the food out of your mouth, and exploit you. That's a corrupt man. The Indian is known for corruption. God, they do it to their own family. They divide, they fight for property. Trinidad, Guyana, wherever they live, almost in Uganda. That's why the army chased them out of Uganda. Burma burning them out. And they will never learn. Indian Hindus don't like Muslim. Yeah, they are Indians. Huh? India had to be divided. Think of it. After they killed the great Mahatma Gandhi, when Naturam shoot him, and they claim independence, they divide Pakistan and India because Muslim one side, Indian, Hindu one side. What's the difference between your religion and the religion the other man got? It's the same God. You hypocrites. But the point that I'm getting at here right now, you all may not like it. Let's deal with Israel for an example. I want to send my condolence to the innocent Israelites who have lost their life on the 7th of October. And in any other problem, I call upon the world not to judge a man because he's a Muslim, a Christian, a Hindu, or a Jew. There's good and bad amongst all of us. In our own family, we got greedy, corrupt people, vindictive individuals, uneducated, not wise to the future. We got all kind of things around us. Sometimes your own dog will bite you. Think of it. Your own wife will turn back and say she never see a man like you. But does she mean good or bad? Or does she know what she's thinking? My friends, we have to stop this integrity and start to unite and go forward. The only difference of human being in this world today is your culture and your languages. But every woman wants a good man, even though her father might be a drunkard or a killer or a thief. Every man wants a good woman, even though his mother might be cheating next door. But these are the things in human life we have to expect. But killing somebody because he's not your color or your nationality, you're wasting time, you're uncivilized. Let's talk about civilization. So for those innocent Jews that lost their life on the 7th of October, my greatest condolence goes out to them and their family. And for those who are captured and still hold as hostage, I call on the Hamas or whoever got them hidden to release them. But I have a question. I look in the World Court on Al Jazeera when the representative of Israel stand up and speak, and he said everybody is blaming Israel. But what happened on the 7th of October? And yes, he's right in that statement, but did he talk what happened before October? What happened before the years before, what they were doing to these people? Bulldozing their property, shooting at them, even going to mass and kill them? Or these people don't have life? Or only Jewish life matters? Again, there's good and bad over against anything. You got good Muslims, good Jews, good Chinese, good European, good black people, good native. But when we get ready, we wanted to blame another man, like a very good friend of mine. Now I'm calling him, he don't even pick up his phone, but I tell you what, I'm not responsible for the intelligence of everybody and the IQ, how you think. I cannot live alone in this house and this world. I must assemble, I must mix. We are inquisitive to learn about one another. Now I see on the news today, Israel's plan is to build 3,500 houses in the place where they are bombing, breaking up all those buildings for settlers. Well, imagine in the name of God Almighty, if that is right and the world say nothing, you cannot take possession of a man's country when you went there and was given an opportunity to be there. Come on. You are not having the right to bulldoze people home and kill them and shoot at them, locking up their people. Whatever hostage they are holding, whether it's Hamas or just some people put on masks, is not right. I condemn that. But at the same time, what happened to all those young Palestinians that you all got locked up in the prison? And according to information alleged, I heard somebody in the Prime Minister or somebody make a law for the young people who throw in stone, where you catch them, break their hand to area. But you could shoot bullets, what must they do with you? This has nothing to do with Muslims, Jews, Hindus, or Christians. All right? The same way you all feel during World War II. And every year try to let people remember 6 million of you, what happened? We condemn it. The world went to the rescue for civilization and to make this world a better place. I don't hear French, the Dutch, and the British talk what Hitler have done to them. We all know. We don't talk what we do to Panama, what we do for Venezuela. We sanction people without a reason because they don't like our policy, but we cannot sanction a country that we are backing. Friends, if there is a God, he who is aiding and abetting in crime shall fall with their friends. I love the United States. They have good and bad amongst everything. But it comes a time that we must let our friends know, our brothers know, enough is enough, you're wrong. Every time the United Nations and the World Court call upon it, thanks to South Africa to bring the charge. We jail some people and put them in the Hague Court into the jail. Some die in the prison. But when it comes to certain friends, we are vetoing it and nobody touching it. Friends, what is this world turning to? This is the modern generation. These corrupt politicians have to go. They have to change. We don't need people who talk one thing and do something else. Same goes in Guyana. When we had the black leader by Burnham, a lot of wrong things happened. And nobody said nothing, but the decent black people didn't stand up for that. How it was different. But under Burnham time, the late Walter Rodney, a black historian, gathered a crowd in the WPA and fought against Burnham. And yes, he met a crucial death with Gregory Smith, and it's alleged. And then they claim, before that happened, Gregory Smith met with Jagan in Freedom House, in the upper floor in the corner room, overlooking the Metropole Cinema, I think, right there. But friends, you can lie to man, you cannot lie to God. So between the Jews and the Gentile, the Muslim, the Christian, and other denomination of religion, we are only human beings practicing a faith and something that we want to hold on. And therefore, that is how life is. Today, I call upon you all, let's unite and make this world a better place. When I saw the news today, one have to ask a question. And this matter should be investigated properly. I hear you talk, it's a war. This is not a war that is taking place in Israel, ladies and gentlemen. This is slaughtering of innocent people, blowing up schools, blowing up buildings of hospitals, destroying temples, the house of the Lord. Today, I call upon Almighty God to show the world He's there for justice. I must do something about it. This is not about black and white, brown and yellow. This is about human beings. Women, children are being killed. You're giving them food. People are throwing food for them. And the soldiers are shooting at them. Why? We give them, we lock up the water, the gas, internet, everything. Who are we? But we have friends who are vetoing everything. How can this world achieve this thing? Same goes to Ukraine with the Russian leader. Now I see in Haiti, there's problem in our back door, where the Prime Minister just arrived in Puerto Rico after leaving Kenya. Friends, then in Africa, same thing in India, Pakistan, the whole world like it's going mad. Come on, friends. Save the world. If you old bastards who are in politics wanted to die, go alone. Don't take the world with you. Y'all are selfish, corrupt, vindictive, and evil. Left the young generation to grow, to worship their God and take care of their family and stop this killing. But an investigation must carried out to know on the 7th of October if it was really the Hamas or was just people who were trained how to unmask. Imagine, we lock up a black man or a Spanish man or a white man. If he murders somebody, we may give them the electric chair. We may hang them or they die in prison. But we got friends who are wiping out civilization of a human race, and we are vetoing everything. God, where are you? Where are you? How could this modern generation know that you are there when they shall leave vengeance to you? How much more must lost their life before you step in to show that you are God and you are the Father of justice? Nobody have a right to kill a Hindu, a Muslim, a Christian, a white, a black, or a Chinese. Come on. But you cannot be allowed to enter a man's country and giving the opportunity to stay and later want to bulldoze their house. I want to ask all the senators in America and England, if somebody you come in your country, immigrants, you rescue them, and one day they get and start bulldozing your house, shooting at your family, what will you all do? Japan just tried with Pearl Harbor and they get 2 bombs. Nagasaki and the other one. Huh? Think. And that's only a little island in the Pacific. If there was on the mainland of Africa, what would have happened? Fidel Castro, during the 60s, with his communist stock, when Russia was sending the missile them there to put up, Kennedy warned him, turn the ship back. I think it was Mr. Khrushchev or something from Russia. If that ship did not turn back, there wouldn't have been a Cuba. The island would have wiped out the surface of the earth because America wants to protect their backyard. Today, ladies and gentlemen, what is right anymore? And who's right and who's wrong? Everybody is right. Nobody wants to say they're wrong. Now we get back into Georgetown, Guyana. A nation that suffered for 28 years under the PNC rule from the beginning of 1966, where they say independence. Africa is independent, ruled by black people, Africans. India is independent, ruled by Indian people divided by religion to Pakistan. And Afghanistan, that's why until this day, Indian can't understand. China is independent. They even get back Hong Kong in the year 2000. Now they want to claim some other little island around there. My friends, think of it. Europe is independent, ruled by Europeans. But from Mexico to Argentina and the Caribbean is still not free because great-grandchildren of pirates and slaves and cheap labor ruling this hemisphere. But we are talking. We are calling on Allah, Bhagwan and God, but we are full of evil intention. We are thirst because we want to be number one when we are the biggest thief. Come on. Mr. Maduro is claiming 60% of Guyana. And he claimed that belonged to them, but Guyana, Venezuela, and all of them are Amerindian country. The black and the Indian uniting to defend their Guyana from Venezuela. But I want to ask, it's the duty of every citizen to defend their country from foreign invaders. But if your government in your country, because you speak against a party or them other minister, they use the law of the land to deny you justice, beat you, lock you up, and the French can thief your land, you go to court, is bribe and corruption. But your neighbor, who want to fight them, who you must support? I want you, the Attorney General, Mr. Nandalal, to answer that. I want the Vice President Barjack to answer that. I want the President Ali to answer that, and Mr. Norton. My friends, I will let this go for now, and I am your host, George Correa. Thank you for listening. No hard feelings. We must stand together as one. Thank you.